So we're here at Colin Maiden Park with Joe Walker. Once again, rain is interrupting our nice cricket, but that means we've got time for a chat. Joe, tell us about yourself. You came into the Knights for the first time last season, and you've come back again at the tail of this season. What's it like coming into the camp for the Plunket Shield?
Well, for me it's pretty exciting, obviously being reasonably young, and last year came from playing school cricket and after a reasonably successful Hawke Cup victory down in Melbourne into last season. So it's obviously a huge step up, but pretty exciting at the same time.
You played a lot of the Hawke Cup games. What was your favourite match out of the encounters?
I think probably the Nelson one. For us, we got ourselves we got put on quite a soft track on day one, and we were in a bit of trouble early on, and managed to fight our way back out of it, and ended up rolling them for 90 on the last innings for an outright. So I think that was probably the game that we had to fight the most. So for me, that was probably the highlight. The other ones probably not as tough. Reasonably comfortable win, so that one was probably the highlight for me.
Hamilton really dominated most of those matches. It's obviously a competition with a lot of history, and I imagine there would have been a lot of feeling, in terms of wanting to win those matches and hold on to that cup for Hamilton.
For sure. Like there's certainly a lot of pride. It means a shitload to Hamilton, defending the Hawke Cup, and you see how much it means to the little provinces as well. They come up with sides possibly not that strong on paper, but just the passion and
they fight
stuff. They fight. They really fight. So
yeah.
So to defend it all season was a huge reward for us. We were very happy.
It was a great result for Hamilton. It's a strong squad.
Yep.
You obviously had a few Knights players in there as well, and one of those was Bradley Scott. I think you're at Hamilton Boys High, was it? With a few of the Knights players were floating around as pictures?
Yeah, well, from this team there's Brad and G, and they do, Graham Aldridge, and they do a bit of relief teaching at Boys High from time to time, so we see them around in the winter as well quite a bit, and Anton plays cricket for us on Saturdays in the Premier Men's Comp, so there's a few of them that have got links with the school.
So did that help when you first came into the Knights team, that if there were familiar faces there?
Yeah, for sure. They certainly helped knowing a few of them, and they made me feel pretty welcome. So yeah. It helped a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It must have been really exciting.
It was very, very exciting. Obviously at school, like I said, and to come in at that time of the year as well was very exciting. Like, that was the last game of the season down in Rangiora, and it was sort of Plunket Shield on the line. So
it was the crunch game.
And once again this year I've been sort of brought in at a pretty important time of the season. So
yeah.
Very exciting.
We hope the result comes out in our favour this time. You've got a pretty big a tournament coming up as well in Australia. Tell us about that.
Yep, well, we've had a few various training camps down in Lincoln and things for New Zealand under 19s, and they've picked a 15-man squad, and we're off to Townsville on the 2nd of April for a pre-World Cup quad series against England, India and Australia. So that'll be very exciting, and then we come back, and a couple of months later, a couple more camps, a little bit more preparation. We're off to the World Cup, which is late July through to about mid-August.
And I think there's a few other ND boys in the squad as well. Who else is there with you?
Yep, there is. There's a boy. There's two boys from Tauranga, Sean Davey and Joe Carter, and there's a boy from Counties based up in Auckland here, Nick Kelly.
So you're the Hamilton rep.
I'm the Hamilton rep. Yep.
Have you always been a spin bowler?
From quite a young age, I decided to change and try bowling spin. I think I was probably 8 or 9, and just the fact that everyone sort of at that age likes to bowl medium pace, and I saw a couple of spin bowlers bowl on TV, and I thought I'd quite like to try it, and sort of came from there and never stopped, and so I've probably been bowling spin for maybe 10 years.
Wow, so that's starting relatively early, because a lot of junior cricketers don't take to it quite so young.
Yeah, no, it was started early, and it was hard for my little hands to get around that ball and try and spin it, but sort of got through that in years of practice. And
yeah. What have you found has really come on in your bowling game? What's working really well at the moment?
I think for me, what I try and do is I try and rip the ball, try and spin it hard. Obviously, at this level, you've got to be very accurate with that as well. But for me, I see that as my main weapon, the ability to spin the ball.
Yeah, make the ball talk. Nice meeting you, Joe.
Thank you.
Good luck for the under-19s.
Thanks very much.